I'm Nanako Kudo from the Social Innovation and Investment Foundation, the SEEF, Impacting Ecosystem. So let me briefly explain about this non-profit organization foundation. And our mission is to build an ecosystem of impact investing. The SEEF is founded in 2017, but I was originally working for the Nippon Foundation, largest grant-giving foundation in Japan. And so we started impact investing work in 2012, and we did a kind of experimental work founding a venture philanthropy fund. We did some social impact bonds project, and we did some research on impact investing in the global market. And after some years, we decided to spin out from the Nippon Foundation as a team and created SEEF as an independent body, independent organization, separate organization. But we are still part of the group of the Nippon Foundation, almost 100% sponsored by the Nippon. So we are still non-profit and backed by the philanthropic foundation. So that is why we play as an impact investor by ourselves, but at the same time, our mission is ecosystem building to develop the healthy impact investment. So the roles are three components. One is providing capital. Here we play as an impact investor ourselves. So we provide risk capital to the funds or impact businesses to make a showcase of impact investing, not trying to compete with other impact investors at all. Rather, we want to be a risk taker to make a showcase of impact investing. And the second part is creating. Here we try to create a practical knowledge and share with other players so that we could put our experience into the shared knowledge of the ecosystem. And the third part is networking. Here we connecting practitioners or calling other leaders to come into the market. So GSG work is actually fitting in this networking part. As a SEEF, we are a part of secretariat team. Next. So those are the investees of the SEEF. Direct investment or through the fund have 41 investees at this point of the year. So let me go into the GSG Japan lab. This is the most important initiative or part of the initiative in Japanese impact investing. So GSG Japan is founded in 2014 with 13 board members, diverse or mixed practitioners, experts from business sector, social sector, and academia. Let me briefly share the story how this started. As Cliff mentioned, there was a G8 task force of impact investing in 2013 hosted by the UK government. And at that time, so UK government requested to Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Japan, but MOFAR, they had no idea about impact investing. So some of the government officials Googled social impact investment in Japanese and found the website of the small venture philanthropy fund, which I was managing at that time in 2013. So it was kind of random and coincidence, but he found that website and he contacted me through and so we met, and he was like there is this kind of initiative, but we don't know anything about impact investing. So please go to Paris next month to give a presentation about impact investing. And so it was really it was a surprise for me, but I thought it could be a really great chance for the Japanese impact investing market to catch up the other from pioneer countries. So we went to Paris and met Sir Ronald and other ESG people, and we took the chance and decided to set up NAB. So that's how it started. And at that time, Ministry of Foreign Affairs tried really hard to find the right department at the government, from Cabinet Office, Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Social Welfare, but nobody was interested in impact investing. So it didn't work. So after G8 task force turned into GSG, we kind of lost the connection with the government for some years. So, slides, please. Yeah. So this is the history or the main events of the GSG NAB. And on the right hand, those are the event of GSG NAB involved, and the left hand was other events in society, but not directly by the GSG Japan, but the very important one. Well, so for the first phase of Japanese NAB, from inception to the mission was quite simple because nobody was interested in impact investing at the time. Our first mission was to raise awareness and understanding of impact investing among the stakeholders. So we hold the symposium, seminars, published the report, citing the market, and we invited Sir Ronald 2 times to symposium, and every time to Japan, we actually set up the meeting between Sir Ronald and the government officials or ministers or important politicians, so that we could make a momentum. And you know, Sir Ronald is a genius of inspiring people. So all the people who met Sir Ronald turned into an advocate of impact investing. That way, for the first phase, we tried to raise awareness, increase the internal champion at the government or financial sector. And in 2016, we founded Social Impact Management Initiative, which is the nonprofit platform to promote impact measurement and management. So from this year, we kind of we started focusing on the practice rather than raising awareness. Continue raising awareness type of work, but the phase is turning into how we could do impact investing rather than just talking about impacting what it is. So we set up a IMM working group inside the NAB and did a series of study group and made a proposal for capital markets to support impact businesses. And in 2018, we also launched the G20 working group. In this year, Osaka City in Japan hosted G20. And it is important to take this kind of G7, G20 type of initiative and take that chance to make a political will to support impact investing. This year at G20, Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs put the innovative finance center of the proposal. So we we again try to reach out to MOFA and put one sentence to promote impact investing into the Prime Minister's declaration. And actually, media took up that one sentence and paper. So in that way, we always try to take the chance to use G20, G7 type of political event, promote impact investing. And one thing I want to highlight is on the left part, 2015, the Government Pension Investment Fund, GPIF, signed up with the UNPRI. And this event was actually a sea change for the impact investment ecosystem, which we didn't expect when we started. GPIF is the largest institutional investors in the world, and for almost all the asset managers, all the public companies in Japan, GPIF is the biggest and most important client. So the fact that GPIF signed up with UNPRI, that all the financial institutions to care about ESG, it is a really powerful message for the market. And because ESG is really close to impact investing, more and more financial institutions are now trying to expand their ESG portfolio to impact. So it is so different from our first scenario of market development, but yeah, it ended up really powerful driver for the market of impact investing. So the main activities of GSG Japan NAV were these three S. First, research and publications, awareness raising, and for the research part, published the current state of impact investing, which is sizing the market of type of report, and annually publish this report, do some working group or roundtable with the government. In terms of awareness raising, we host seminars, symposium, and we also do PR work through the website or SN. And in terms of networking, we get together, all the board members get together twice a year to discuss strategy of the impact investing ecosystem. And also we collaborate with overseas organizations such as GS, AVP, and IMP a lot. It's really, really, it's essential for the Japanese market impact investing. Learn from the other organizations. Yeah, this is a critical part. The next slide. The market is really has grown a lot. 513 impact investing market, and it was only 34 trillion. It's grown a lot. And based on the survey, Japanese impact investing market about to take off. That's the investors. And the biggest change in recent years were the government interest is rising. Slides, please. So as I said, in the first phase, like 2014 to 2016, none of the Japanese government department were interested in impact investing at all. But in last 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kind of initiatives started from 3 different kind of department or part of the government. And one of them is actually the co-hosted event between Financial Service Agency of Japan and GST. So government involvement increases, which is a really welcoming thing. Next slide, please. So in terms of the successes and lessons, I think so again, the market itself has grown rapidly. Mainstream financial institutions started impact investing initiatives more, and so the community itself is still really passionate, active, because at this point, still people around the GSG NAV are kind of committed to impact investing movement personally. So I think active community passionately. Engagement with government started slowly for the first phase, but as I said, it's expanding in recent years. Yeah, successfully leveraged the global network like GSG, IMP, had a lot of collaboration. That is really key driver to promote impact investing. And we also utilized G7, G20 brand, and it worked really well, especially to involve government